Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Play Castlevania, Order of Ecclesia. I'm your host and Let's Player, Reddeathwing, call me Red. Unfortunately, one of my videos that I made a while back had some problems with the audio, so I am going to redo everything I did in that video. Luckily, it was a relaxation video where we basically showed off some Glyph unions that we had, and also got one more glyph that we couldn't get before, and also the Justice Ring, which is an item that you get from doing a specific task. So we're going to do that again, nothing too fancy. So first we're going to start off with some glyph unions. Go over here for hearts. And you'll actually see more this time because we have more glyphs to work with. So, what shall we show off? Yeah, we'll show off the natural ones that I have. Pneuma, which is wind. Glyph union there. Hits 4 times really quickly, anyone in the area. It's a slicing wind thing. And sword, any Sakare type glyph. We'll bring out a large sword. Lightning. You didn't see this one. Has an orb of lightning that stays there for a little while, and if there's any enemies in the area, he seek them and attack them about 6 times, and each time stacks around like 3 or 4 hits, so it's really useful. What else do we have to work with? Confodere, you've seen this before, it's at the start. Petals, it hits about 3 to 4 times, maybe more, depending on the length of the enemy you're fighting. Hasta. Lance glyph. Big lance. Whoa. Spear. Spear? I don't know what you would call that, actually, because it's kind of thick. Anyway, next up, we have mace. Get a huge hammer. And with this one, you can only hurt the enemy at the end of the hammer. That's where all the damage is. Unlike with the sword, where it hits everyone, every part of the blade, that one only hits on the end of it. Arcus. Bow. This one's very useful, but it consumes 30 hearts. Anyone hit by any of those arrows takes damage, moderate amount. Asia, we've seen this one before. Kind of like the mix of the sword and hammer. The end point is a little bigger, but still, if you hit them with the staff portion or the hilt portion of the glyph union, it won't do damage. What's next? Falsis. Sickle, very good one. I really like the animation towards it, and it does has a really good range. And what else do we have here? We have our Coulter. It's really pretty, but it consumes a lot of hearts, and the enemy has to be literally standing in front of you all that time. And it's not the best, but it's still fun to use. Shield, I've said this before, grants invulnerability for the time that you see the shield on you, but you can't attack, or I think you can, maybe. I'm gonna try actually. Nope, you cannot attack, it gets rid of it, that's true. But you can slide, that's good. And you can backdash, which is useful. Next up, what else do we have? We have... oh, this is what we're gonna get, the Cubus. I'll show you it after I get it again. Torpor, it doesn't give you any... This is what happens when you try to combine 2 glyphs for a glyph union that cannot work, or will not work. What else do we have here? Ignis. We're getting to the magical ones now. It's like a double flamethrower. It's really awesome. It's got a nice range, and yeah, really good. Next up, Grando. Ice. This one does about, I'd say, half the usual damage that you do with Grando, but hits enemies 8 times, anyone inside or around that area. So that's really good. But you cannot move during it, so it's good against stationary ones or ones that are throwing items at you that you can destroy. I like it. I used it a couple times, which you'll see during a boss fight actually when I use that. Next up we have Luminatio. It's not really easy to show here because there's no enemies, but you see basically anything that gets hit by that circle, basically orb of light just engulfs the enemy. Same thing with Umbra, darkness, only instead of light, it's a dark attack and engulfs them in darkness. What else do we have? That's it. Now for the less common glyph unions. We'll put that down here. Doesn't matter which weapon glyph you put here, it's all about the magic. You can combine most magic elements with your weapons. So this is Luminatio, it's the light one. Does a great deal of damage towards enemies that are weak against light. Likewise with darkness, if they're weak against darkness, does a lot of damage. Ice version. Fire version. What else do we have here? We have lightning version, which is actually a good deal amount of damage. And we have there should be more. Yeah, there's more. Right there it is. Which is very fast and hits 4 times, and the cooldown for it is very small, so you can just spam it. So yeah, very good one. That's why I like Numa a lot. It's my favorite one out of all of them. We also have some less obvious glyph unions. You can combine fire with ice, dry ice. Anything hit by the center, top, or bottom ones deal a good deal amount of damage, and the hit ratio is really good. So it's like every 0.2 seconds. So really good one. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, there's one more. Combining any dark with any light type of glyph will give you blast attack, which attacks everything on the screen and then some. Like you heard that barrel getting destroyed. That's over here, and I think above too. So yep, over there too. So that's a very good range, and it deals a very huge amount of damage based off of your intelligence. And yeah, it costs 50 hearts. So if you want to finish a boss and without getting hit, this is a good way to start. Equip all your intel items and then blast attack about 3 times, or in my case 2 times because I only have 140, need 150. That's it for the glyph unions. There's another thing I was going to show you, so we're going to pause here and I'm going to come back with us in the monastery for the Cubus room to finish off. And we're back. We don't have much time left, but I want to show you the Cubus room again, and what's behind all these blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to our blast attack, and as soon as you're done using it, hold the up so that you can absorb the glyph that's there. There are other ways to do it, but this is the preferred way. And yeah, I'll show you Cubus too. I don't have much time to finish it. I went over a little more than usual. And I also stated in my other video that I did that if anyone can find a good way to use this against enemies, show me please, because you can't jump on top of them. You can only hide beneath them, which serves no purpose. I'm going to pause it here and show you what happens when you destroy all the blocks. Actually, I can't do that because I already destroyed all the blocks at one point, and we got this chest which gave us a Justice Ring. We don't have much time to explain it, but the Justice Ring increases your attack damage based upon how many enemies you have killed. but only per 3,000 enemies, and I don't have that much yet, so it doesn't show up very much.